Welcome back to Global Leaders, and today we are with a very special guest, a lady that has traveled the world empowering women and making a difference. We with Samukele. Samukele, how are you doing?
I'm okay, and how are you?
Fantastic. It's such an honor and privilege to have you on the Global Leaders Show. And I know from reading your profile, it's amazing the work that you're doing. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here and be part of this prestigious program.
Well, I think the title of Influential Woman of the Year is a very appropriate title, seeing the work that you've done and the lives that you're changing on a daily basis. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, Samukele?
Thank you. I'm just a girl from the rural area of Kwanongoma. That's where I come from. Well, I'm born in Maritzburg, and I've grown up to be a person with a passion for women empowerment. So from the university, from what I studied, I then majored and specialized in gender, where I'm looking at the women empowerment. So I then furthered to specialize on gender-based violence, where I did my master's. But who am I? I'm a woman with a passion of empowerment for people in the communities, because where I come from a place where people are less privileged of things. So for a person who knows me, they know me as a dreamer. I dream a lot. I see things that people don't see, then I go for them. So I believe every woman has got a potential to change the space where they come from, as long as they've got a vision and a dream and start working on it. So as a person that I am, I see myself as a young leader, as a person who have been brought up and been mentored by different people in different levels. But internationally, I was fortunate to have met Reverend Orange from Atlanta, where we were mentored to be young leaders. In South Africa, I was mentored by Zanele Mbogazi through her program of Future Leaders. So as a person, I've been fortunate to mentor other people in terms of women empowerment and also young women in business. I've got a vision of seeing people making something out of themselves. I then create spaces where women can exchange ideas, but not only women, but also young men, to be able to be firm people, to be people who can lead in the society with dignity and can take care of themselves. So as a person, I'm very excited to be in this space, and I see myself maybe in the future years being a global leader, leading somewhere. And right now I carry a lot of hats. I don't know which one to talk about, but I'm an activist. I'm a professional in terms of gender. So I'm a gender a professional or specialist. I'm also a unionist. I'm also a filmmaker, a writer. I do a lot of things. I'm actually very active person as a young person.
Wow, you can see you've got a real powerful profile, and I'm sure that probably takes up a lot of time in your life. What is the secrets to your success?
A secret to my success is very easy. You need to be a dreamer. You can never have anything without seeing it there and having it finished. You need to see it completed. Then you can start working on it, because people don't see it. Another one that works for me is my setbacks. So if you are a dreamer, you need to start trying something, and then when you fail, you need to put more effort, and then you can achieve more. So for me, when I'm talking about setbacks, I've had a lot of challenges in my life. It's a point where people will write you off and you are left alone. That's why you are realizing the strength that is in you where you are pulling up things that you never imagined you can. So a space where you are at the worst of your challenges is a space where you have to pull more power. I don't know if in isiZulu we've got a saying that says ukuhlehla kwenqama akusho ukuphela kwamandla wayo kodwa kusho ukuthi uthatha amandla amakhulu. So when the ram is going to move forward, the ram goes back a little bit more. By the time it comes back, it's gonna push with a lot of power.
Yeah.
So anytime when I'm challenged, I sit back and I look what is an opportunity that I can take out of it. When people are discriminating you, find a space to do more things you've been wanting to do and push with your passion. When you get abused, find a space how you can turn that one into the opportunity to do more. When you don't have an opportunity, you create your own opportunity for other people. I've always wanted to act. I've always wanted to be in movies. I've always wanted to do a lot of things. So when you have a setbacks, you say, okay, what is it I can do? So if you can't be employed, you create a space for people to be employed. This year, I was fortunate to get and participate in the Durban Film Festival under the 48 Hour. I've always wanted to act, so I had to act on my own movie and get other people to act with me. And we won, became the best incomer of the year. So I'm saying for everybody to be a global leader or anybody to lead, you need to have a vision. And when there's no opportunity, you need to create that opportunity. And then you need to work well with people. You need to be humble also. And make sure when you are in spaces, you network. Because networks will get you in big places. And know each and every person you meet, there is a reason why you meet them. And make sure that when you meet people, you make your connections, you grow yourself, and also empower others.
Wow, Samukele, you literally took the words out of my mouth. As you speaking, I'm thinking about the things my mentor taught me and the things that have made a difference in my life. And you've literally ticked all of the boxes right there. So thank you so much for sharing that, is because that's what Global Leaders is all about, empowering our people out there to take these golden nuggets and implement it into their life so they can live a better life and they can become a better version of themselves. So I can see you are a true leader. You have the knowledge, you have the look, and watch out for her. You'll probably see her in Netflix very soon. But let me ask you a question. What's your current project that you're working on right now, and how can people get involved in that?
Oh God, I don't know. I've got so many projects that I'm doing. If I can single one, I'm currently working in a project where we are trying to build an app that will assist people in the space here in KZN to be able to exchange business, especially for women in the rural areas and people in the rural areas who are unable to be exposed to the current technology that is there. So when you are looking for a service, something that can be able to assist you to exchange services and be able to get whatever that is there around the spaces of women empowerment, but more especially in the sector of construction. Why construction specifically? Most of the people who suffer the most are women in terms of shelter. So it's time where women stand up and don't always cry only to be given things, but to stand up and start working on building things for themselves. A shelter is a very important basic thing that everyone should have. But if you are going to only wait for handouts, it doesn't necessarily work, because we as women, we have to take care of our families and our children, husbands, and so on. So an app that we are working on at the moment will ensure that services are reached easily. People can get to know who is closer to the other person in terms of those services. That's the first one, and the other one is just the one that we are currently having a blog where we create a pool of people who are doing services in construction and those who are looking for the services in the construction. And my passion is seeing people coming from nowhere to be big businesses who are blooming. And it's not only women who are there. I've seen people starting from nowhere, doing different things in terms of how the houses are built and whatever, to employing people and opening firms right now. So these are the things that really fascinates me, to see those spaces, people growing. But more, I have a passion in terms of fighting gender-based violence. In terms of the projects that I do a lot of projects. We're currently establishing gender responsive teams in different communities. So I think it's time that everyone participates in the fight of gender-based violence by ensuring that we create safe spaces where we come from, and ensure that we groom our children to have mutual respect between boys and girls. When rights are there, they come with responsibilities. When the law has been put, it has to favor both women and men so that we all live in harmony. We don't want to see the law only favoring one gender, but it must favor both. And women then must be empowered to ensure that they know they are protected, they are living in safe neighborhoods, and they've got a way to report where they need to report when they've got issues. So those projects are ongoing at work and at a personal basis to ensure that we live in a safer space and safer South Africa.
Wow, you can see the lady really has her hands full and always making a difference. So, any final words to all your people out there? I know you probably have a lot of people who's watching this right now, who's had the opportunity of working with you, maybe on a film project, maybe on a community project, and now they're watching you on social media. Any words to all of them?
Well, I would like to to thank this opportunity, but also my word for them is that let's keep working for our communities. Let's embrace one another. Let's create tolerance in different races. Let's learn to love each other, but also to understand that if we work together for a common goal, we can achieve so much more. In fact, intergenerational work gives us more that we would not know we would achieve when we learn from those who have been in the past, and the generations now can learn so much in the current generation and the children that we have. But more, I would like to say women have to take space and leadership. It's their time now. And as women, it's time that we own these spaces without fear. It's time that as women, we need to give the best out of ourselves and not be ashamed when we are giving space, and not do any leadership position just to fill up, but to believe that we are capable as women. I'm excited that this year we were able to put a female leader in the province who is the premier. After 28 years, it is an achievement. So every woman has got a space to be a leader. And right now, I will encourage that we bring more women into training, into spaces where they can grow, and grow young women and grow young men to be better leaders of tomorrow.
Wow. You know, after just hearing you speak, and this is something I mentioned to my colleagues, is maybe one day in South Africa we'll have a female president. And that will be truly something to be celebrated. Well, guys, you've heard it from a legend herself, a lady who's making such a difference in the community, a real community leader. From myself, Rajiv Mothie, I've just got one thing left to say. You guys have just been motivated.